Welcome back to the shop. So today I want to talk a little bit about what I've been doing with my carving. And as if you watch the other videos, you know that I've been practicing carving and doing some scroll work and stuff on my rifle stock. So decided to add a little more practice. I would make a Krenov style hand plane and do some scroll work on that. So I did this with my Dremel, and I have this. I don't know if you can see it. It's the Jose Valencia burr sampler from Power Crafter, and I'll talk a little bit about how I did this. I didn't video it because, to be honest, I had wound up doing several things a couple of different times. The hardest part about carving with a Dremel, I think, is figuring out which burr to use. So this kit it's a good kit, but it's got more than what I think we need for most of the carving, or what I've done so far. So what I did with this, I'll talk through how I did it. I start with the 699 and I carve the complete outline. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to see this. Maybe I can but it's just a very narrow straight bit. It's a dental burr, it's carbide, and I do the complete outline around all of here. Pretty much all of the heavy lines gets done first with the 699. Then this 7611, which is right here in the kit, is just a little bit narrower, and it's a little more to the point, and that's used for the detail on the leaves. Once that's done, you can take this 6C again right here. They're marked, but it's just a very small round burr. Again, I don't know if it'll focus, but it's a very small round burr. And again, I recommend that you know, maybe buy a couple of these, or buy the kit, or buy another kit. It doesn't matter. Dremel actually makes, I guess, a pretty good kit, and I have some of the Dremel burrs, and they work well too. But that 6C then widens the outside and some of the larger parts of the outline. And it's also used to deepen the background. Then you use this, what they call the large football, and as you can hopefully see, it's really not very large. There is a large and a small one in this kit, but again, just if you wanted to pick up, it's on here, it's listed as a 368 LG, 368 large, I guess. And you use that to do the taper. You can taper the outside border and around the leaves, taper in the leaves and the scroll work, and then you stipple the background with a 2 round. It's 2C, 2 carbide, and that pretty much is everything that you need. The other thing I use is a toothbrush. I use just a regular old toothbrush. Man, I got them laying all over my desk, or all over my bench, but just a regular toothbrush. And every once in a while, it's nice to darken the outline or where you've scrolled. So you can just rub on some mineral oil, or I'm sorry, mineral spirits, not mineral oil, mineral spirits, or linseed oil. And I have a jug of linseed oil that I've thinned with mineral spirits that works as well too, depending on. Just remember, linseed oil will darken, which I liked here. And the next thing that I did was I stained it. Now this, I first finished this with True Oil, just so I could, when I stained this piece here, I could just wipe off the stain and it would stay within the background. And that worked fairly well. And again, I'm just trying to help you guys get started like I did. I'm fairly new to this. I've done carving off and on for a long time, but I never really got into it. So I like this. This is pretty cool. And I'll probably, make a couple more. I like making the hand planes, as most of you know, and I'll show you this. This is actually a working plane. It works really well. So go from there. Another thing I kind of want to talk about a little bit is how I finish these. I get some questions on finish all the time, and I'm no means a finish expert, but I use this. I love True Oil. I've tried lots and lots of different oils, and I always come back to True Oil. The True Oil allows you to kind of set how you want your finish to look. It can be kind of bright and shiny, or it can have a satin look, depending on how you finish it. So the first thing you do is, when you get a can of True Oil, is just poke a little hole in the top. That kind of helps keep it, because this stuff will dry out after time. Although I've had this can for probably 4 or 5 years now. Just mix it up a little, and I simply rub it on and don't put it on heavy. Rub it on, rub it off, and do as many coats until you get the finish that you like. Final coats, I will often wet sand with a very fine, like a 600 grit wet dry paper, and that gives it a little bit more of a sheen. And if you do that on the final coat, it'll kind of give you a satin finish. If you want a more glossy finish, then just wipe it on and wipe it off. It takes multiple coats, but you just wipe it on and wipe it off and walk away. It's like you can do 10 coats. It might take 2 days or 10 days, but it's a minute a day. So it's worth the effort, and I love it on my gun stocks. And you can go right over if you want to try putting blow on to make the grain pop. That linseed oil or True Oil goes right over it. Touch up, you just wipe it on. You don't have to do the whole thing again if you don't want to. Just touch it up. It doesn't matter.